How we doing, everybody, and welcome back to the Catalyst, where we break down all things bullish in the crypto markets. As you're probably aware, the Metaverse has been soaking up the limelight lately with all of the buzz surrounding Facebook's role in the Metaverse. With that, we have seen gaming cryptos absolutely explode, and the two I want to talk about today are Decentraland and Sandbox. So Decentraland, for those who don't know, is a decentralized virtual reality platform powered by Ethereum, and within Decentraland platform, users can create, experience, and monetize their content and applications. In short, Decentraland is an open world platform where users can interact with each other, and it is treated as a virtual destination for digital assets. So you can kind of think of it as like a modern day Second Life, but with NFTs.
Second Life is not a game. It is a multi-user virtual environment. It doesn't have points or scores. It doesn't have winners or losers.
Oh, it has losers.
For financials, Decentraland has a current market cap about $9 billion at the time of my recording, and land prices have sold for up as high as $2.5 million, and some of the cheapest ones at the moment, I believe, are approximately in the $10,000 to $15,000 range. On to Sandbox. Sandbox is a virtual metaverse where players can play, build, own, and monetize their own virtual experiences. They empower artists to create and build the platform that they have always kind of envisioned, providing the means to unleash their creativity. In short, Sandbox is a sibling game to games like Minecraft and Roblox based on the sandbox gaming genre where users explore and create the world around them. For the financials for Sandbox, the current market cap is about $6 billion at the time of recording. Land prices are listed as high as 18,000 ETH and as cheap as about the same as Decentraland in the $10,000 to $15,000 range. So now that we are a little more familiar with Sandbox and Decentraland, let's look at what it will take for them to succeed. Primarily, the most critical factor in my eyes for any metaverse is going to be an active user base. You want people to be active, participating, and in the metaverse, similar to how normal video game success is kind of directly correlated to its user base. So at the moment, Decentraland is benefiting from the buzz around the metaverse alone. The game itself is actually quite disappointing in my opinion. It is almost exactly what you would expect from a kind of first attempt at some sort of VR metaverse adaptation where you get kind of basic customization, similarly basic games, activities, etc. All of which is fine, but it does not foster a reason to play the game outside of just kind of the curiosity factor of just being involved in the metaverse. So it truly is just really raw, and it's almost a glorified chat room in my eyes at the moment.
I signed up for Second Life about a year ago. Back then, my life was so great that I literally wanted a second one. In my second life, I was also a paper salesman, and I was also named White. Absolutely everything was the same, except I could fly.
Sandbox, however, it's already leaning into a very established and popular gaming genre, which is the sandbox genre. Like I said before, that is similar to Minecraft and Roblox. Additionally, has a lot of really interesting features like the Vox Edit and Game Maker that add a lot more activity and reason to engage with the game. Think about how much time people spend creating things in Minecraft, or how some video games have like forge modes where they can create their own map and play that on that map itself. And now people can kind of do those activities, but those creations can be pretty much NFTs, and people can actually kind of like make money off of these creations directly, while also being able to interact with them and play these games and everything like that. The last thing too is Sandbox is actually launching its alpha within the next few days. I think it's November 29th. So look forward to that with some more information and updates regarding that. So ultimately, the metaverse is going to reach its kind of pinnacle for me in terms of gaming, when a single entity can create long-lasting games of different genres that can all be kind of tied together in one metaverse. So imagine a company like Blizzard, although I don't totally agree with their corporate situation, but they do a good job of reaching all gaming genres and doing a pretty good, successful job of creating games across genres that have kind of transcended time and generations, stuff like that. So think about Hearthstone as a TCG, World of Warcraft as an MMORPG, Overwatch as an FPS, Diablo as an RPG, Heroes of the Storm as a MOBA, and obviously others. So you can imagine the use of the metaverse allowing all these games to share currencies, NFTs, and more, combining user-created things, farmed items, rewards from quests, RNG and gacha items, etc. You kind of get the idea. But there's applications for each of these games to kind of coexist. You can already tell, for example, from Heroes of the Storm, it has players from Blizzard's other games as players that you can play in Heroes of the Storm. So you'll get World of Warcraft characters. You'll get Overwatch characters that you can use. So you can imagine, an item in World of Warcraft might be able to also be a card in Hearthstone, or a weapon in Overwatch, or things of that nature. This is just kind of an easy way to translate what could happen if a really big gaming developer were to take on the metaverse and produce 7 to 10 really high quality games. All the games I list have all been out for 5 to 10 years or more even, and they've been successful in their respective categories. They've been at the top of their respective categories for almost the entire time. So that is where I think the metaverse is going. Eventually, we will have a metaverse where it is the leading in the industry. It's going to have games and interactions and marketplaces and creation, everything like that, that's going to be at the top of its respective categories, and that's going to be the true gaming utilization for the metaverse, in my opinion. Obviously, the metaverse, in terms of like Facebook's eyes, has its own use cases for some real life applications, but where we're at the moment, in the more immediate future, gaming is going to be the first kind of pass at the metaverse, and that's going to be the first predecessor of the metaverse in my eyes. I think that will kind of lead the industry and the adoption of the metaverse, and then some of those other things will gain some utility after that. And the reason I feel this way is because we already have games that have metaverse activity or assets, but we just simply need better games. They're all succeeding right now because of just the buzzword metaverse, but if you compare them to any other video game in general, if this was released as a downloadable game on Steam or a cartridge game for your Nintendo Switch, these games would all flop in their current state, outside of I think Sandbox, in my eyes at the moment. So ultimately, in conclusion here, the metaverse won't be successful if it's just a mirrored version of real life. I don't think that's what people want. Real life kind of sucks. The success of the metaverse is actually going to be more closely tied to how good the game is and how engaging the metaverse is. People want an escape, and people want, fantasy or whatever. So think World of Warcraft. That is the digital life that people were consumed by for, a decade and a half.
All right, major stone shield potions should be... Oh, God, I'm gonna have diarrhea again. You can't go to the bathroom, you're stacking Sunder armor.
So with that being said, at the moment, Decentraland, not a great game, but it could be a good place to showcase your NFTs or store them or, highlight them as you want to. But that's not to say also it won't be a good game in the future. I just think the current roadmap for Decentraland is not as refined and does not have gaming as a priority. So I think it is potentially more of a longer term play if you think Decentraland is going to be successful. I don't think it'll be a successful game. It could be a successful metaverse, however. While Sandbox, on the other hand, seems to be a more well-rounded and engaging gaming platform that also provides the same or similar utility, as a metaverse as Decentraland does. So that is my immediate short-term interest in Sandbox. And again, think about how long Minecraft has been relevant for. We just had Roblox go public this year. Those are huge industries. I believe Minecraft has movies and animations, all this crazy stuff. And now imagine you can make money as a participant in that, creating some of these NFTs or games or whatever that you're building on Sandbox. I think it'll just be more successful. So that is my thoughts on the metaverse and the two big players at the moment, Sandbox and Decentraland. Let me know what you guys think of that. And otherwise, we will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.